hot air balloon traveled a distance of 5,110 feet during the first trip and 850 feet more during the second trip. How far did it travel during the second trip? I know this is an addition problem because it wants me to take how far the hot air balloon traveled on the first trip and add 850 more feet to it in order to find the distance of the second trip. Before I begin though, I always need to make sure I have an estimate so I can decide if my answer is reasonable. 5,110 feet falls between 5,000 and 6,000 feet. I know that it's only about 100 away from 5,000 feet, so I'm going to round to 5,000. 850 feet falls between 800 and 900 feet. Since it's at the midpoint, I'm going to round to 900 feet. My estimate tells me that the amount of feet that the hot air balloon traveled on the second trip should be somewhere close to 5,900 feet. Now I can work on finding the solution for the distance the hot air balloon traveled on the second trip. Remember, on the first trip, it traveled 5,110 feet. On the second trip, it traveled 850 feet farther than that. So I'm going to do 5,110 plus 850 feet. Now that I have the problem lined up according to place value, I'm going to start in the ones. 0 plus 0 is 0. Moving into the tens, 10 plus 50 is 60. I'm going to put a 6 in the tens place to represent 60. In the hundreds, I have 100 plus 800, which is 900. So I'm going to put a 9 in the hundreds place. And then in the thousands place, I have 5,000. So my solution is the second trip, the hot air balloon went 5,960 feet. If I take a look at my estimate was 5,900 feet, which is very close to my solution, so I know my solution is reasonable.